and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen, and this is Stamp It Like It's Hot, a hop started by Brianna with My Life on Paper, so that we would get our stamps out. However, we are not stamping. We are using, our challenge this month is to use something from the home that is not necessarily stamp or scrapbooking related. So I have some bubble wrap and a paper towel holder, like the inside of a paper towel ring, and 3 different colors of Distress Oxides. I'm using Vicki Boutin's Print Shop because I created a layout the other day, last Sunday, with matching with the facing page of this layout. And so this is me and my friends on our first adventure out for Burger Week. And these are the scraps that were left over from that layout, and I wanted to use those to create this layout. And then I have these Flare Hut flare that were created to go with Print Shop. And of course I have chipboard, I have the alphas, the puffies, the sticker book. I've got a 12 by 12 white cardstock in white. And then I have plenty of accessories and ephemera and bits and pieces to go with all of this. I've got plenty of paper and scraps and embellishments and my pictures, and then my ink. I've got the Seedless, Preserves, Salvage Patina, and the Uncharted Mariner, and then my household items. So let's see how this goes. So first I'm going to use the bubble wrap and create like a textured background. And I have used bubble wrap on a layout before. My friend Anne Marie with Scrapbooking the Day Away taught me how to use it, and gave me the suggestion and then gave me some tips on how. And I love using it for different types of mixed media, but I'm not sure I've ever used it on an ink pad. I've used it with like acrylics. So I love the way that this turned out, and I will be using it. I save a bunch of the stuff for this and then forget that I have it. So I started with the Salvage Patina and then went with the purple, the Seedless Preserves. And then after I was done with the Uncharted Mariner, I took my paper towel ring and I didn't want a circle. I've got plenty of actual stamps for that. I kind of squished it so that none of them would be exactly the same. And I take some of them off of the edge and just I kind of move it a little to give it a little bit of a smeared look and not such like a clean cut look. And I do like that. And a lot of it is going to get covered with these strips of paper because my plan is to use all these scraps. So I have already cut down my pictures by a little and matted them on 2 of the scraps. And now I am just going to kind of alternate between like a purple and a blue. So I start with blue. I put purple down first, but I'm going to do a little tearing with this blue strip. And this is from an 8x6 paper pad. And so obviously it's not 12 inches long, but I want it to go from one side to the other. So I'm tearing it, and then I'm going to connect it and cover the seam. That way it looks like I have a full strip, like a 12-inch strip down at the bottom. And then same with the floral, that's that 3rd layer. I broke it up. And then this top layer, I've just got scraps, and I really do love doing this. It's kind of like a cake. It's like layers of cake. And of course, anything is good if it's cake, right? So I have this one piece left, and I decide I'm going to use it as a wide mat for this picture with like the green background. And I am going to take my Tim Holtz Distress tool and distress all 4 sides. And then I just tuck it in. And like I said, it really does kind of look like a cake. So I get those down, and then I have this little extra scrap of the green paper that I have matted that bottom picture. So I just finish off my cake layers with that little strip of green paper so I have nothing wasted. So now that I have all the strips down, I'm going to start embellishing. And I will be 100% honest, I use all but one of the embellishments that you see right there. And the only thing I don't use is that Oh Hello. Everything else I get on here, and it still leaves you plenty of that mixed media to work with, to look at. So I am going to start by using the alphas and building the word always up here. In person, you can see this much better. I see when I watched this while I was editing, I was like, you can't even see the A, but in person you can. So I put that always up at the top, and then I'm going to put Be Original down here at the bottom. And then I'm just going to start like putting things down. So that big speech bubble says, quote me, and I am going to journal in there about how much we loved the burgers here. So if you watched my video on Sunday for Scrap Loaf Afternoon, I talked probably too much about a burger that we had at this place called Jack Brown's, and it was a crab rangoon burger. So if you like crab rangoon and burgers, together they're fantastic, just so you know. And so I'm going to journal in this little speech bubble about the burgers and everything, and running into my cousin who actually worked there and I didn't even know. He's my cousin's kid, and I felt really old thinking he was old enough to work behind the bar. And he was. It's very sad. Makes you feel really old when you're, well, anyway. The next generation's old enough to serve you beer. Not that I drink beer, but I did have and try a beer this evening. It was not great. It was okay. I'm not a beer drinker, guys. But anyway, so I am putting the flare on here. Lots of wordy bits. This is Embrace Your Uniqueness. Super fitting of the people that I went with, including myself. And then there's like other little words over there. It's something that I think one of them says my favorite. And then up at the top, I have that little banner that says Journey. I really wanted to make sure I brought some purple in some different places. So I pulled that one and that Embrace Your Uniqueness. And then I'm adding 3 clusters of like little circular bits with hearts in them, or little hearts, and just kind of put them in 3 different places. And then I also am bringing in... I got a couple of stickers down there. One that I put on the picture because it matches one of the stickers on the pictures of the layout that's going to be facing. And then this number 1, because this was the first place we went for Burger Week. So I thought that if I could find a one that would work in the color scheme, which it did, blue and purple, then I would put that on there. So that is it. There's a playlist for Stamp It Like It's Hot, and I hope that you will go check out all of the different people who are playing along. I am super excited. We've got a chat group, and they have been talking about different things and how they're using 2, 3, or 4 different things to create these layouts. So I cannot wait to watch them. So go check that out. That's super inspirational. Just new things that you may not have thought of to use in your crafting. So I hope you'll go check that out. I hope you'll come back and see me again. If you like this video and would like to, I would love it if you would click the like button as well as subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. So I hope that you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. Happy scrapping!